Hey y'all, it's Sierra from CC Explains It All, and today I'm back with another brief health video. Today's video I'm going to be discussing cytolytic vaginosis, also known as CV. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. So you're probably wondering, what exactly is cytolytic vaginosis? Cytolytic vaginosis is when you have an overgrowth of good bacteria, lactobacilli bacteria, when you have an overgrowth of that. And I know you may be weirded out and confused, like if it's good bacteria, how am I getting, irritation or these symptoms, this type of infection? It actually makes sense when you think about it. Our vaginas are naturally acidic, but when you have CV, it's overly acidic. And when you think of acid can burn, it's irritating, it can cause a bunch of problems. So this would be the total opposite of bacterial vaginosis, when you have too much bad bacteria. So now that we know what CV is, let's hop into the symptoms. Just a little heads up, when you have CV, you don't necessarily have to have every single one of these symptoms, but some of these symptoms will be telltale signs that you might have cytolytic vaginosis. You could have a yellowish or white type discharge. You could also have itching inside or outside of the vagina, so inside the actual vaginal canal or the outside area, the external, which is the vulva. You could experience some type of burning sensation, especially on the outside of the vagina, the vulva, so like the clit area, the opening of the vagina. You could experience basically any type of irritation, itching, burning, and also painful intercourse. CV symptoms basically mimic yeast infection symptoms. That's why a lot of women actually believe that they have yeast infections until they find out that they actually have CV. So some telltale signs that piggyback off of these symptoms would be that these symptoms generally occur or definitely intensify after ovulation. So you'll notice that with CV, if you in fact have CV, these symptoms that I listed, you'll have all of them or some of them, and they will be intensified like a week or two before your period. Another telltale sign is that you'll notice that you find relief from this condition once your period starts, and that is because blood is alkaline and CV is when you're overly acidic, like I said earlier. So when you're on your period, the alkalinity of the blood will actually calm down the overacidity of your vagina. So if you find relief when you're on your period, that's another big telltale sign that you may have CV. Another telltale sign is if you actually go to the doctor to get checked out about this and they do a swab, they'll be able to see under the microscope that there is an excessive amount of lactobacilli. And also if they check your pH, they'll see that your pH is very low, your vaginal pH, and that means it's very acidic. It's lower than usual. So now for the part that you all been waiting for, which would be the natural remedy. To hop right into it, the natural remedy for CV will be baking soda. Baking soda is the remedy, it's the answer, because it's very alkaline. And once again, CV is when your vagina is overly acidic. So the baking soda is going to help bring it back to its natural range. So you can use baking soda two ways, or you can combine these two treatments. So the first one would be baking soda bath. So you can take a baking soda bath daily when you have CV, but I would recommend you do 1 cup of baking soda in a bath. You don't want it to be too much water. You don't really want it to pass the belly button, because you want the baking soda to be pretty concentrated but still diluted at the same time. So I would do 1 cup of baking soda in your tub, and preferably like the 14 days before your period. So after ovulation, when you start to feel those symptoms, that's when you should start taking your baking soda bath. The second way you can use baking soda is to do a baking soda douche. So if you've seen any of my other videos, when I discuss using douches, I never recommend using the over-the-counter crazy perfumed chemical laden douches. I always say get a reusable douche applicator, or purchase a douche and dump out all that poison and thoroughly clean it so there will be no remnants or traces of what originally came in there. So once you have your clean and empty douche applicator, what you would do is get a bowl and put 2.5 cups of water, preferably distilled or purified water, in the bowl. Then you would get 1 rounded teaspoon of baking soda and mix that in the bowl of the water. Pour that in your empty and clean douche applicator and use that douche treatment for at least 7 to 14 days before your period. So once again, after ovulation, when your symptoms start to appear and intensify, that's when you would do this treatment, like for the next 7 to 14 days up until your period starts. One more thing about the baking soda douche is that when you do these, you want to make sure you're always standing up, preferably in the shower, over a toilet. You want to do it standing up, and you want to squeeze it gently. You don't want to be super forceful, because you do not want to squeeze the solution up and over past your cervix, like way up into some parts it should not be going. It's supposed to be used just as a rinse, as a flush. So gently squeeze it up, so it'll just like slowly and nicely come down and just be a nice natural treatment. Don't be too forceful. Please do not lay on your back or anything. Always be standing up when you do this treatment. So that is all. I hope I at least helped one person out. Thank you so very much for tuning in and watching my video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell for notifications. I love you all so much, and have a blessed, amazing, beautiful day. Bye.